Bacon asks Zenith, do they got them glowstones in that store, my man?
I'm still very unsure what you're even looking for.
It's like this. This thing that I'm wearing on my
dude, you're holding your hands up in like a circle. How am I supposed to understand what that means? And there's lots of circular things.
It's like a ball, but it goes blue, and it's just nice. It's a glowstone. Hi everybody, welcome to the Owl House podcast. Today we have an extra episode for you, and we're going to be playing a game called Under the Neighborhood, created by Crash Friends, who are running a special Owl House version of the game. With me today, it's Tulip and Nick and Kyle.
Welcome, Kyle.
Hi everyone, I'm Kyle. Under the Neighborhood, as was mentioned, is a tabletop role-playing game. What that essentially means is it's a game where you can tell stories with your friends through the power of your imagination and dice. Under the Neighborhood specifically is designed to let you tell stories like those you would find on Gravity Falls, or Amphibia, or, hypothetically speaking, The Owl House.
Is that show good? I haven't heard of it.
I mean, I hear it's all right. I've heard it's inspired people to make role-playing games before.
Okay.
So it's got to be pretty all right. So that's why we're here today. The idea is that we have created some characters, and then we are going to improvise a story within the Boiling Isles. And we'll get into the mechanics of that later, but I actually think, if you're listening to the show, I would imagine you have a passing idea as to what the Owl House is and what the Boiling Isles are. That being said, all of our characters are completely new to the Owl House, so we should quickly talk about each of our witchlings today and what they're like, so that way we have formed an emotional attachment to them before we start comedically ruining their life with extremely mundane complications.
So, my welcomed Owl House original character today is Zenith, the figure collector, who is a weird humanoid creature who can see the future. He uses he/him pronouns. He's 4,016 years old, and his greatest desire in the world is a rare 1/8 scale Azura the Witch figurine. My character is an interdimensional being who is seeking to find rare collectibles before scalpers do. He's a media consumer, but he is significantly more interested in just finding physical items based on media than he is in actually watching the media. He will watch shows based on how impressive the merchandise is, but most of the time he is hunting the multiverse for nerdy collectibles simply so that he can get them before people get them to sell them on eBay.
What will win? Scalper's bot or literal magic?
Exactly. That's the contest.
My character is called Bacon. He is the intuition who sees the future. His pronouns are he/him. He's 15 years old, and he's a teenage schoolboy with a silly hat on. What Bacon wants most of all is magical MacGuffins. He doesn't know if they're really magical, but if you believe it's magical enough, then that makes it, slightly less fake. So he is looking for a glowstone, which is a magical stone of power, but he can't tell the difference between a glowstone and a snow globe.
Delightful.
My character's name is Jigsaw Jinx, or Gigi for short, which is what she goes by. She's the divided who escapes, age 14. She's a cat-like biped demon who goes to, Hexside, I think, with all the other characters who are all friends with each other. The thing about Gigi is that she's really just constantly anxious. She, hates following rules, but also is super scared of not doing that. And she just hates the whole system in general and would really just like to get out of the Coven system, if at all possible. Which is why there's this wild witch, Spark Flintstone, who's an adult figure guiding her, giving her advice she trusts blindly because she wants to become a wild witch herself and doesn't know the first thing about the path to get there.
God, Gigi has, such complicated motivations and pressure on her, when there's just Zenith and Bacon who want the shiny thing, and that's it.
Yes, and also Spark Flintstone has given Gigi a gift, which is a miniature crystal ball that she wears as an earring that allows him to send her messages, but it's only one way, and she can't send him messages back.
Like that SpongeBob episode where he takes his driving test. Good one, Nick. Thank you, Nick.
All right. Now that we have our 3 characters, let's make their lives a little bit harder. So the core mechanic of Under the Neighborhood is what we call slice of life complications. And this comes from the fact of a lot of stories in these children's cartoons are actually, they get magical, but they come from a pretty mundane place. You know, Enchanting Ground Fight ends with a big battle against a prom demon, but it starts with the awkward, relatable complications of, I want to invite someone to the school dance, but I'm a bit awkward about it. And, you know, I have some special responsibilities for the school event, but I'm not sure how to handle it. Now, the special responsibilities end up being fighting the school demon, but it starts from a very simple, very mundane, very relatable place, and then we add the magic of the Boiling Isles to it to make it incredibly weird and incredibly fun. So that's what we're going to do today. So what I'd like each of the players to do is you can choose a character or characters, and I would like you to suggest a mundane complication. It can be something as simple as the coffee machine is broken, or my dog ate my homework. And then from there, once everyone suggests one, we'll all pick our favorite, and then we'll start applying the magic of the Boiling Isles to it to make this relatively relatable thing quite a bit stranger.
Mm-hmm. So we're only gonna choose one overall, even if it's for one specific character?
Yeah, we'll end up choosing one. Sometimes we end up going with multiples if like they stack together really well. But typically we just end up sticking with one because especially for a single episode adventure like this one, it gets too complicated if we use all of them.
So, Zenith, can I choose a complication for you?
Go ahead.
Right, Zenith. There's going to be a boiling rainfall next week, and you're going to be stuck inside. You want enough anime soda pop to last you through the week. But when you went to the shop earlier that day, they were all out of anime soda pop because everybody else was panic buying. So what you're looking for is a multi-pack of anime branded soda pop.
Mm-hmm. Is this the Japanese soda with like the ball at the top that you pop into it?
Yeah, with like the anime pictures on it, like Dragon Ball Z branded. It could be Azura branded, but I think Azura branded might be incredibly rare. So maybe you want what's that Dragon Ball Z ripoff in the show?
I'm looking it up. Apparently it is called Dragon Claw Z.
Okay, well then can I throw a complication at Bacon?
Oh, okay.
I came up with this like 2 days ago. My complication for you is that you have a really bad hangnail, and it's very, very uncomfortable, and you need to find a way to get rid of it.
A hangnail? What's a hangnail?
It's when you have a part of your fingernail like growing to the side of your nail, like into your skin.
Oh god, it's like an ingrained nail. Oh my god.
Deeply uncomfortable, both from a physical point of view and from like just a conceptual point of view.
Exactly.
What the hell? That's mean. How dare you?
Well, I had an idea of one for Bacon that I think might fit. That's that he's after this like glowstone thing, it looks like a snow globe. I think maybe there's someone else, like a rival collector who's maybe like richer than you and has more like can get it easier, and so you're competing with them. Either they have it already and maybe you want to steal it, or like there's a time limit. You have to get there before they do.
Oh god, I need to get to the magical stone store before my rival gets there and steals all of the snow the totally magical snow globes.
Yeah, they probably want it for a different reason than you do.
Right, we going with the hangnail one, or are we going with the snow globe one?
Well, now that we have all three, it is time for us to decide which of these we want to go with. So, a reminder of the complications.
Oh God!
So there's going to be a boiling rainfall next week. Zenith wants enough anime soda pop to make it through the week. However, everyone else is panic buying. Bacon just has a really bad hangnail, very uncomfortable. Or Bacon wants a glowstone and needs to get it from the store, but a rival collector also wants it. And so it is a race to the clock to see who can get this glowstone from the Snow Globe store first.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think immediately the idea of tulips, of having to go to the store for the stone, definitely sounds like it would work, because it could cross over in a way with the soda idea too. Not that it has to,
but we're going to the store.
Soda can be involved in some way.
Oh, that was my thought too. Both of those fit well under the umbrella of it's a week before the boiling rainfall. Everyone needs to get something.
Everyone desperately needs a snow globe for some reason.
Yeah, that you need the anime pop. Bacon needs a snow globe, and I will figure out what Spark Flintstone needs.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, as long as there's just some kind of magical MacGuffin thing that, I'm sent on a mission to do, then my wild witch needs this, so I gotta get it for him. It'll help me. It'll help. Like I gotta understand, why he needs this stuff. It'll help me achieve my goal.
Your complication is that you have an annoying guy who doesn't make anything transparent to you, and you haven't realized this yet.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna go with there's a boiling rainfall next week. Zenith wants anime soda pop, and then Bacon is after a snow globe, and I will figure out what Spark Flintstone wants. Panic in the Boiling Isles. It's 1 week before a horrible, horrible boiling hurricane. It's like a boiling rainfall, but, also a hurricane. In anticipation for this unprecedented event that has not happened in many, many years, the witches and demons of the Boiling Isles are rushing from store to store, and the marketplace is getting overwhelmed. Even the most unrelenting and shrewd of salespeople are finding themselves overwhelmed, because at this point, anyone will buy pretty much anything. However, there are 3 young witchlings who find themselves on a particular race for particularly important things. So, Zenith, Bacon, and Gigi, you find yourselves in the marketplace of the Boiling Isles. It's the one we regularly see, like the one, they're at the very beginning of the first episode. Even Ida Clawthorne is being sold out. The stand that normally does not get that many sales, or not particularly many compared to the others, is being cleared out of the most random human junk, including an exceptional amount of toilet paper.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Too real.
But all of you are searching for your own things. So, Zenith, you are trying to get some anime branded soda pop. Unfortunately, the store you normally go to, the Dimensional Import store, is all out. Bacon, you need to get a proper glowstone for being, indoors for so long. And then Gigi, Spark Flintstone has given you just a really, really long list of extremely esoteric things. We'll say you've gotten most of them. The last thing on the list is something that you just don't understand and is not explained, and it just says pogs, whatever those are.
Oh my god.
What the hell does that mean?
When asked, all Spark said is that they are poggers. And now you just don't know what the name of this thing is. All right, and that is where we see all of you. How are you going about getting these things as just panic is settling across the marketplace?
I'm looking across the market, so I want to look across the marketplace to see which stores are currently open. Do I have to roll perception on that?
No, because it's more just does it exist or does it not? I'll open it to the other players. What's the name? There's one merchandise store that is currently open. What is the name of this store?
Freakware.
That's good.
The Freakware stand is still open.
The Freakware stand is still open. So I approach the Freakware stand. I say, "Excuse me, mister, you've got any glowstones?"
The demon working the stand, which is one of the ones that I think we've seen before, where it's like just a giant mouth face with big teeth.
Oh, yeah.
Although this one's wearing rocker gear, turns around and goes, "Freak stand!" No. Glow globes are too normal and conventional. We've got glower globes. Yeah! And he reaches back, and at the freak stand, there are a series of like disco ball style glowing stones. One of which is just the cheap little, like the disco ball thing that like is a cheap plastic thing.
Yeah, the rainbow one.
I think so. You can like set it on the floor of your room, and it's got little lights, and you just press it, and they'll like put lights around your room. Yeah,
like the Chuck E. Cheese one. Yeah.
Exactly, the Chuck E. Cheese one. That's there as well.
I mean, these glower stones are pretty impressive, but what I really want is a glow stone. A magical stone of power, very dim glow, very pretty. This is all a bit too flashy for me. Are you sure you haven't got any glow stones?
A bit too flashy. Are you calling my wares freaky?
Yes.
Well, exactly, and that's what we've got here at Freakware!
So, can you tell me where I can find some glow stones in a different store? Because I'm pretty sure you don't buy your stuff from here.
I'm gonna roll privately to see if he knows. He looks confused as to why you don't want his freak stones. Sorry, why you don't want his glower stones.
Sorry, man, but I don't want your glower stones. I'm gonna go look somewhere else.
Excuse me, Mr. Freak, do you know what this is?
Hey, please, Mr. Freak's my father. You can call me Ware.
Yeah, do you know what a pog is?
Would he know what a pog is?
I know what a pog is. Do you know what a pog is? Because if you don't, then Mr. Freak's definitely not gonna know.
I'm rolling for him again. I normally don't roll for NPCs, but I haven't decided yet.
I mean, I think it's funnier if he doesn't, because then I just have to keep guessing about what it is.
Yeah, he is going to say, Pogs! You sure you don't mean rogs, jogs, clogs, bogs? And he just starts throwing out a series of literally every letter of the alphabet except for P. He's got something.
I mean, I guess that might be rogs if there's a typo, but no, I heard him say, he said it was poggers. I don't know what that means either.
I get it. Roggers. Well, we got roggers and joggers and loggers and bloggers, and he starts pulling out a series of now other things, all of which are just as useless as the first.
He has bloggers.
There's just a little man typing, and you just hear a little tiny voice being like, and that's why Disney ruined Star Wars forever. But now we have to talk again about the worst film ever created, the all-women reboot of Ghostbusters.
That is literally an Adventure Time character.
What?
All right, hang on. I might not agree with this little blogger's opinions here, but he might have an answer for my little question here. Excuse me, little blogger. I'm trying to look for some Ramune soda. Like the one with cartoon characters on it, the anime stuff. Do you have any idea where I could find some? You look like you probably drink a lot of it.
Would he share that knowledge, or would he just hate you?
Yeah, roll me convince somebody. And I want you to use the stat books. So when someone rolls, they can get a failure, meaning it doesn't work, a mixed success, meaning it kind of works, and a full success, meaning it works. There are specific stats you can roll with. Hearts means you're trying to appeal to someone's like emotional core. Slick is more duplicity. Fierce is jumping into action. And then books is just trying to do a reasonable argument. Since you're trying to talk about something obscure and kind of nerdy, I felt like books was the right call.
Okay.
So yeah, if you could roll that and tell me what your result is.
So I got an 8.
Okay, a mixed success. So little blogger man does know, and he is going to help you. However, something is preventing him from telling you. He asks for something in return. He makes an inconvenient misunderstanding, or he's temporarily upset with you.
I think he should make an inconvenient misunderstanding.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Wherein he thinks Spider-Man is an anime or something, so he tells you where to get the Spider-Man soda pop.
In his perspective, Spider-Man is the anime of the West. Mm-hmm. So, tiny little blogger man's gonna look up at you and say, he's gonna do a little like high-pitched scoff and say, the only store to get anything around here is the Mega Brand Import Store at the corner. Everybody knows that because everybody who reads my blog knows that, and everybody reads my blog.
Okay, well, thank you, but with that attitude, I'm never gonna read your blog ever in my life. Thank you very much.
You don't mean that.
I mean, I don't know the name of your blog, so I guess if I stumbled on it, I wouldn't actually know it's yours. But I got no interest because you're kind of being a little rude right now. But
excuse me, where? This blogger is your merchandise. Can you verify its claims about whether or not people read its blog?
Can I read that? Can I look into that with my perception roll?
Yeah, you want to see if he's telling the truth, if the little blogger man is telling the truth
about whether people read his blog.
I mean, I don't actually care about the answer to that question. I'm just asking it to the shop owner.
I think Bacon cares about it.
Okay, so first let's get the truth, and then we'll figure out what the shop owner says, because it almost is certainly not the truth. What you'll roll for this is a move called See Into Their Heart. See Into Their Heart, you're trying to understand what somebody thinks. So you're going to roll me plus hearts.
Okay, so plus hearts, so that's 11 plus 2, so that's 13.
All right, and then, Gigi, you are asking the Freakware guy, right? You're asking where from Freakware?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Everybody reads that blog. It talks about the silliest things. Like, there are types of witches that use, laser swords or something freaky as all get out. People hunt ghosts. It's like the monster hunters of this, but, super specialized, super freaky, super weird stuff. Everybody loves it. And Bacon, you notice the little tiny blogger man blush, a little bit ashamed, but also flattered, because he knows that while Ware of Freakware believes that everybody reads the blog, in fact, he is the blog's only reader. So the little man is both embarrassed, but he is also glad that his friend is proud of him.
That is so cute. I choose not to comment on that after perceiving that. Right, so we know that the import store is where we need to go, but the import store, is that open?
Yeah, it's open, and you know what? Better yet, nobody goes there.
Nobody but Zenith, right?
no, they only have bootlegs there. I don't usually attend.
Bacon asks Zenith, do they got them glowstones in that store, my man?
I'm still very unsure what you're even looking for.
It's like this. This thing that I'm wearing on my
dude, you're holding your hands up in a circle. How am I supposed to understand what that means? And there's lots of circular things.
It's like a ball, but it goes blue, and it's just nice. It's a glowstone.
Like the thing you put in baths to make it colorful.
Not quite, but it's halfway there. It's magical.
Could you put it in a bath in general? Just general question.
You could throw it in a bath, but if it shattered, then your bath might have untold mysterious properties happening to it. It might actually clean you because the water isn't very clean around here. So, whatever. I'll have a look in the store.
Sounds good. So you're all going to the corner import store?
Yeah, let's check it out.
Yes.
Also, one thing I forgot to mention earlier when we were talking about complications, if Bacon's rival magic item connoisseur does show up, I think it would be funny if they were named after another breakfast food, like eggs or pancake or something.
I love it. So, yeah, you make your way to the store. As you do, Gigi, you hear a little message in your ear being like, hey there, Gigi, just report in. You got my pogs? Because, I think the storm's coming in pretty soon and we don't have our stuff done. That's not poggers, my pal. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't know what you're talking about. I can't, you're not hearing this. I can't respond to you, but I don't know what that is at all.
Yeah, I knew you'd understand, kiddo. All right, I'll see you in a bit. Remember, those storms coming in faster than we heard.
No.
And I want everyone to take what I call a GM intrusion.
Oh.
So a GM intrusion lets me do something that makes your lives harder, but you get in exchange something called AP, which you can spend to roll with advantage or use specific moves. So to make sure I understand, Zenith and Bacon, you both have Seize the Future, right?
Yes.
As Spark Flintstone, as his voice disappears, because as with usual, Gigi, he didn't actually turn off his communication. He just walked away and forgot that he left it on. But as he's talking about it, a crack of thunder goes across the sky. And as it does, both of our two characters who can see the future have a vision, because your Seize the Future happens at the beginning of the session. So each of you roll me a 6-sided dice to see the future.
Let's do it.
2.
4.
Okay. So, as the thunder flashes across, both of you get a vision. You hear harsh, piercing rain, buffeted by extremely fast winds. A clock that is ticking starts ticking faster and faster. An alarm set for, say, 8:30 is suddenly going off at 8:05. And you each see your respective item. You see a broken down, melting, completely ruined by the rain soda can, with the soda spilling all over. And the soda is spilling over something. And this thing is illuminated by a glow globe that is similarly fading out as it's being buffeted. And what it is spilling over is a single sunny side up egg. And you respond to this vision differently. Bacon, you're going to get +1 onward when facing whatever this is. So essentially, you'll, after calculating your roll, you're going to get +1. Zenith, you don't respond well to this vision. You either misinterpret it or it shakes you to your core or something else. Whenever you roll specifically to face what this vision is telling you about, which I'll tell you when that happens, you're going to roll with disadvantage, meaning you're going to roll 3 dice and take the results of the bottom 2. And as you come out of the vision, you can feel the wind brushing across your face. It's kind of the pre-drizzle, you know, where like there isn't any rain coming down, but it's starting to feel a bit more humid, or not humid's the right word, but you're starting to almost feel the wet a little bit before the rains come.
We really waited until the last minute here.
So you can feel that, you can smell the starting to burn a little bit floor, but most horrifyingly of all, you see in front of you an extremely long line for the store.
We can't just wait whilst a glowstone is about to be murdered horribly. We need to find the egg!
What?
I'm skipping the queue!
Are you just going to start bustling your way through?
Bacon muscles their way into the store, for some reason thinking that in the store they'll be able to get a lead for the location of this glowstone and who purchased the last one. Bacon very rudely pushes their way
Bacon.
to the front of the desk.
I sort of chase after you, and I have a skill of illusions, and I also have a playbook move called Actual Magic, which says circumstantially unique ability, usually facing through walls or turning you temporarily invisible. I want to try and turn all 3 of us, if possible, invisible, which will help us skip past the line and sneak into the store.
Okay, yeah. I think because you're using your magic, I'm not even going to have you roll for that. You're just brushing past people, and they're like, hey, what's going on? Hey, come on, hoot. Like, all really upset as you're brushing through, and suddenly you all turn invisible. As you do, are you still like pushing through people, or are you just walking to the side of the line?
It depends on what form the line takes. Is it a narrow street that I have to brush past people? Is it inside the store? Either way, I barge whoever I can and walk around whoever I can't and shove my way into the door. Do I get inside the store?
Yeah, I'll say, yeah, you all get inside the store. You, again, bump into a couple of people, but besides that, you make your way into the store, no problem. And it is, I mean, it's a nice store. Lots of stores are outside, so the fact that this is inside and on a corner of all things means something, but it is very old and dusty. Think an antique store crossed with a bookstore, crossed with body pillows, because it's weird import stuff. So in the corner, you've got like Funko Pops collecting dust and looking like they're, grandma's fine china. You can smell the plastics of a bunch of old dual discs from the 2020. It's just a bunch of off-brand, really old, untouched geek stuff and some other actual antiques, which typically a glowstone is considered one.
All right, okay, so what is each of us going to do? Because the first thing I want to do is yell at the guy at the counter, "Oi mate, you got any glowstones?"
I will proceed to the food aisle that exists here for some reason.
I mean, they probably have like a little thing of like specialty import foods.
None of it's refrigerated, though. It's all just kind of out in stacks on like a pallet.
Is Gigi going to come with me and ask about poggers?
Well, first of all, I want to say that on approaching and actually entering the store, Gigi was trying to be much more careful about not being noticed, but it seems like the commotion was already caused, so I don't know how much that would really even matter. But yeah, on the inside, I think, no, actually, Gigi's going to accompany Zenith into the food aisle. Maybe Pog is a food.
It sounds like a food.
Yeah, so you walk up and it's this really nice older lady. Think the sweetest librarian you could think of. That kind of just like really excited to show you all of this really fun merch and just very informative.
Also, I let the invisibility go once we're inside.
Perfect.
Just to be clear.
So you walk up, and I understand you just walk up to this old woman and say, "Hey, where's the glow globes?"
Glowstones?
Glowstones.
the glowstones. The glow globes. Hey miss, you got any glowstones?
And the woman who was having a conversation immediately turns over to you and is like, "Oh, yes, glowstones. Excuse me." And this woman is interrupted as this man with, we'll say he has a very pale face, very proper clothing, and then kind of a light yellowish blondish hair. Turns to you with a big smile and says, "Excuse me, can we help you? I was having a lovely conversation with Donna here."
And then I look at his head. Can I roll perception on whether Bacon recognizes this character as the egg?
I think I'm going to let you make your own decision on that. That being said, I will say that his face is very pale and the specific color of his hair is the color of an egg yolk.
So Bacon at the moment looks at this guy and he is mighty suspicious of him, but he doesn't understand why. So Bacon says, "I just wanted a glowstone, sir. You see, very, very important special item. If I can have one, I will be on my way."
"Oh, a glowstone. Oh, is that what you were here for?"
Yes.
"Oh, how delightful. How perfect for you. I apologize. Donna," and he turns over to the woman and says, "Donna, feel free to help them. Although, if I do recall, you had just moments ago promised the last one to me. Isn't that correct?" Right. Yeah, right, Mr. Sunnyside. That is correct."
Sunnyside. No, you can't take the glowstone. It needs me. I will do anything for the glowstone, please. What do you want?
Are you trying to convince him?
I'm begging him. I'm begging him to let me take home the glowstone because I really want it and it's shiny and brilliant and everything to me.
Roll me convince somebody, and I want you to roll me with heart. Because essentially you're rolling to see whether or not he will pity you.
How many dice?
2 dice, and then add your heart stat, and then add 1+1 because you are in fact taking action against the vision you saw.
Okay, so 4 and 2 on the dice, 2 on the heart, and 1 on the thing, so it's 9.
Okay, a mixed success. So same deal as last time. He's tempted to give you the glowstone. However...
Oh god, so, Julep and Nick, what's gonna happen to Bacon?
One of the top two, something return or something prevents them. But I guess I don't know. The only thing that would prevent them is probably the fact that they want it themselves.
I think something in return.
They want something in return, or maybe they're also a collector of glowstones. Oh, God.
Yeah, if you want this glowstone so bad, you're gonna have to, you can't just get it for nothing.
Oh, God. He doesn't want an anime bottle in return, does he?
Okay, yeah. He looks at you, and the scorn turns to pity, turns to scheming.
Oh, no.
And he says, well, now say there, kiddo, that wouldn't happen to be a Hexside uniform.
Yeah. Why'd you ask?
Well, you see, my associates and I, well, we wanted to go to Hexside really badly. Like, we're scholars at heart, And, well, I think our application got lost in Principal Bump's house. In fact, I think they got lost specifically in his safe, where he keeps all of his well-guarded things. Now, if you could just retrieve that application for us, and anything else in the vault, yeah, I suppose I could part with that glowstone just as a thank you for being so useful for me.
That sounds suspicious. But I'll do anything for a glowstone. Okay, bye.
All right, I'll see you later. What was your name there, dear?
Bacon.
Bacon, it is so nice to meet you. And he gives a big smile. You can call me Mr. Sunny.
Da, da, da.
Gigi and Zenith, you go to the little food section of the store. You haven't seen any Pogs yet. You have seen a lot of other collectibles. As I've already mentioned, the Funko Pops, there's like bottle caps, stamps, literally any collectible except for Pogs. In fact, I will say the Pogs are there too, but to make it interesting, I don't know if you've noticed them because they were not labeled. And you make your way to the drink section. I'll say it doesn't quite have what you want, but it has some, anime soda stuff, just not, the good stuff.
Well, Zenith looks around at the mess that is the soda section. Nothing is in a packaging. It's all just like rolling across the floor all over the place. And I noticed there is primarily Transformers and Spider-Man themed beverages. I look to Gigi and I say, that blogger lied. He's so invested in this fake art, this Spider-Man MCU whatever. He thought that this is what anime was. This is not what I'm looking for, Gigi. Why? We're here for no reason. There's nothing here for me. This is what is it? This is strawberry web flavor? But that doesn't even sound good. I wouldn't want to eat this guy's webs. I don't know where they come from.
Yeah, I don't know that they have what I'm looking for either. I mean, unless maybe, I don't know, maybe POG is like an acronym? Maybe we could find some things that like go together. I don't know.
Power over gamers.
I'm grasping at straws.
Oh, right, your POG thing. I don't know. There was like dolls over there, like the Funko ones.
I thought we were in the food aisle.
Well, we walked past them on the way here. I know you were looking at them. Like, do you think any of those are whatever the hell you're looking for?
I haven't got a clue. I guess I could check it out.
So you're just looking at the Funko Pops now?
Yeah.
Roll me understand. That is another move that you use books for, and this is what we would use if you were trying to find something.
So 2d6 plus my book score, then?
Yep.
That's a total of 10.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, so you are going to get the answer to your question. So give me a question related to looking for Pogs. If you had to put your search down to a single question, what question would you ask me?
I want to go with how big is a Pog?
How big is a Pog?
So you're thinking about the Pogs. You're remembering Spark Flintstone when he gave you the list, being like, "Yeah, all right, Gigi, and then don't forget the Pogs." I love those things. The tiny little flat guys, like
Oh, I even got a shape.
And he picks up his thumb and he says, like this. They're like this, and he uses his thumb as a reference point. And says, just like this, but on all sides. Love those little guys. Totally poggers. And so, yeah, you get the accurate size of a pog, which from what I understand is like twice the size of a quarter.
Yeah, it's not like that. So that's what I'm looking for then. I'm looking for something small and flat.
Okay. Yeah, you see a couple of things. You see little discs about pog size. You see a handful of flat collectible cards, which are also of a similar size. And what's a third thing you see?
I think you mentioned bottle caps earlier.
You see bottle caps, but these are jumbo caps. They're bottle caps for like soda bottles that were comically large, which would make the caps about the size of a pog.
How are you feeling then, Gigi? You happy with this?
I'm so close, but so far. It could be any one of these things. I'm at a store, so I'd probably like have to buy them. What's the prices at?
What are the prices at? That is a very good question. Let me look up quickly. Pog cost, pot of greed cost, bottle cap cost. So we're gonna say that the card is about 12 snails. The actual pogs are about 15 snails, and then the bottle caps are 10 snails.
How much do you have?
Yeah, what a conundrum. Yeah, this is also relevant. How much money do I have? I'm guessing Spark didn't give me a budget. It just expects me to get all this stuff on my own.
Knowing the money Spark gave you, not enough for any of these.
Well,
you have like 4 snails right now.
oh, great. That means I don't have to decide. I'm just going to grab like a few of each of these things and just stuff them in a bag, and I'm going to try and steal them.
Roll me sneak as you just theft from the store.
That's going to be a total of 3.
Oh no. You are spotted by the worst person imaginable.
Oh god.
Suddenly, this person appears. They have really kind of curly, scrambled yellow hair, and they're looking at you with nervous eyes, and they're like, "Hey, what are you doing there, bud?"
Oh no.
Yeah, you know, I was just like,
What are you doing there, pal?
I was just taking a close look at some of these things.
Cool. Hey, could I have, unfortunately, don't mean to be don't mean, those are my things.
But they were on the shelf. Doesn't that mean that
No. They're mine. They're mine. I was coming to get them.
like all of them?
Yeah, like all of the. I mean, sorry, I was not. Yes, all of them. And I want you to note, because you can't physically see me while I do this. Every time I like stop speaking, I have slammed my lips shut together and just done like a really fast, really short nod, reiterating everything that I've said.
Okay.
So, those are mine. Those are mine. So, if I could just have them.
Can Bacon come into this scene?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Bacon, you arrive.
So Bacon asks, what do you mean they're yours? Why aren't you in... I didn't see you in the line.
Yeah, then I take a sip of the Spider-Man soda in my hand and also say, yeah, do you own the place or something? Like, you don't really... These are on the shelf.
They're mine. They're mine. Boss told me to get them. They look at all of you. Boss told me to get them, so they're mine.
Wait, hang on. Were you going to steal these as well?
Bacon, I wasn't...
They do not answer, but their lips get even, like, tighter.
Don't just say that. Don't just say I'm going to steal stuff.
Wait, you were going to steal them? I say, sipping the Spider-Man soda in my hand that I have not paid for.
Okay, fine. Here, you can have them, I say, while using my illusion skill to make it appear as though I am handing them over.
So you're trying to use magic, essentially.
Yes. Fun fact, Gigi is in the illusion track at Hexside.
Yeah, roll me... you're using magic, but you're ultimately trying to convince somebody, and since we don't have a use magic skill, I want to focus on, what you're trying to do with your magic. So roll me convince somebody with Slick, but because you are using your illusion magic, do with advantage. So 3 dice and take the results of the top 2.
Well, my top 2 are 3 and 5. So 8 minus 1 if we're using Slick, so I guess 7.
Okay, a mixed success on convince somebody. Third verse, same as the first and the second. You are going to kind of convince them that you are giving them stuff, but What's one of the complications from the list of ones I sent you?
Oh god. They see that you forgot to conjure up the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Pog that you picked up.
Yeah, I didn't get a good enough look at them to properly make an illusion exactly accurate.
Yeah, your illusion isn't perfectly accurate, so you're missing some of the pogs that they're expecting to see. And also the characters you conjured are kind of like weird knockoffs. Instead of Spider-Man, you conjured a Spider-Boy Pog. Instead of Batman, you conjured Darkwing Duck.
Instead of the Dragon Claw Z characters, you conjure the Dragon Ball Z characters. It's the one specific time it's going in reverse. All right, so yeah, you conjure them, and this person kind of looks at them a bit weird and is like, well, that's interesting. Yes, wait. And they seem to get a bit upset at you. Where's Rembrandt?
What?
I specifically need, and they point, and this is helpful information to you, they seem specifically focused on what we as the audience would actually know as Pogs, and says, I need the Rembrandt one. Where's Rembrandt?
Is that a person?
It is a turtle. It is a turtle. It is a, hey, Scramble, these people bothering you? And with a big thud, you all feel on your other side as this huge lady with a completely shaved, completely glistening head, holding a bunch of the anime soda in her arms, is looking down at you, Gigi, and then looking down at this other person.
Oh no.
If there was a moment of distraction when everyone turned their heads to look at this new person approaching, I'm gonna turn and run.
Do you have the pogs?
Oh yeah, I never actually got them out of my bag. I just was handing over an illusion.
Okay. So Tulip escapes with pogs, leaving myself and Zenith behind with this lady. So Zenith sees the water bottles, and what is Zenith's reaction?
Well, she was buying the ones that the store had, right? So the ones I wasn't interested in.
Let's make it interesting. There are actually some anime ones there.
Okay. So I notice a handful of Doraemon and Miku branded sodas in her huge handful of, or armful of soda that she most certainly is not going to drink all by herself, I would assume.
Right.
So if I understand correctly, you have seen all this. Gigi is gone.
Gigi is left.
So, you know what? If you all were going to leave, I'd have you roll. But since Gigi has made the brave choice of abandoning her friends, well, let's play this out. Yeah, Gigi, you bolt. No problem. You are out.
Great.
And even the incoming wind of the rains actually opens the door for you, making it easier for you to leave.
Tulip is just gone for the rest of the story.
And so this frazzled person called Scramble is like, hey, wait. You get them. Boil. And the tall, tough lady looks down and says, it's fine. And then just stares at you, unblinking, and then gives a very pointed, very aggressive blink.
Bacon does a slightly intimidated squeak and it stares at this new woman.
I take a sip of the soda in my hand, very slowly.
So we just ignoring her?
That a friend of yours?
Maybe? What if I said yes?
We hard cut, like after, what if I said yes, to the door opening, and since one of you is a cat demon and the other one has a cat thing, you know how cats get picked up by like their neck a little bit?
Mm-hmm.
You're both being carried by that
Oh my god.
in this woman's giant hands as she says, all right, now tell me where your friend is.
Oh, my friend, in your hand.
We're not friends. We're not friends anymore.
I believe Boyle was talking about the other one, the thief, the horrendous thief.
Oh, you mean, Gigi. Yeah, Gigi's always been a bit of a sticky-fingered fiend, but, you know, she's cool. But I don't really know where Gigi lives. Sorry.
Do you know where Gigi lives?
No, because Gigi is very secretive.
Okay.
I also forgot.
Speaking of Gigi, where did you go after you fled the store?
Well, I have the pogs. I mean, I probably would like to meet up with Spark Flintstone then.
Are we gonna meet up with Spark Flintstone, or are you gonna have Gigi have like a change of consciousness?
No, this is entirely this makes sense for her. You put my coward character in a tough situation.
It's just mental.
Clearly, whatever pogs are, they're very important for becoming a wild witch. So,
Yeah, clearly.
You don't know where your friend is.
Oh boy. So sorry, I don't know where my friend is. Do you have any glowstones?
At Glowstones, the door opens again, and you hear Sunnyside, you hear Mr. Sunny say, "Well, now there, Boyle, what have you got in the... Oh, my good friend Bacon, how are you?"
Hi.
You know this guy?
Yeah, that's my friend Mr. Sunny Slide Down.
Sunny's... Okay. I'm not even going to question that name.
His smile gets even more forced. It's Sunny Side Up, but you can call me Mr. Sunny, please. Now, what seems to be the little predicament we have right here?
I didn't touch anything this time.
Their friend did. Your friend did, and what did they touched the pogs. They touched the pogs. The pogs are gone, and the cards, but mostly the pogs. Ah, you touched Scramble's pogs. Now that's not very polite of who was that? Their friend. It wasn't very polite of your friend to do that, now was it?
Well, no, but, you know, when you need pogs, you need pogs.
Yeah, I guess those were pogs, apparently. We figured it out. That's good.
Yeah, it's not very poggers, though, but, you know.
Don't use that word like you know the context it's supposed to be used in.
Right. So.
Right, so I think I'm gonna go now. So if you can just let me go, I'll just get out of my way. That would be great.
Whoa,
thank you.
friend, did you forget our deal?
Oh yeah, the stealing thing.
More stealing?
Yeah, so if you can just put me down, I'll be on my way, and I'll steal Principal Bub's safe for you.
Right, yes, Principal Bum's safe. That is what we want, isn't it? And he looks a little contemplative, and you can see that Scramble is looking really upset that they don't have their pogs. They really needed the Rembrandt. And the wind blows in even more, and the lightning strikes, and it's starting to drizzle.
Oh no.
Sunnyside looks at Scramble and thinks a little bit. And he sighs and he says, "The things I do for my companions. All right, I suppose the safe will have to wait, because unfortunately the pogs are too much of a concern right now. So I believe I will need to ask of your assistance with something else. And don't worry, you will still get your glowstone at the end of it all."
Ooh. Okay, what is it?
Well, Scramble, is there anyone else? Well, obviously there is, but who would buy something as archaic as a pog here on the Boiling Isles? And Scramble thinks and says, "Well, there is one witch." And the tall one named Boyle speaks up, and she says, "There's one witch that I've heard would want something called a pog."
Oh, you mean Fred Flintstone?
Yes. No? Wait. I had the name and now I've forgotten. It's not Fred. Was it Fred? No.
Oh, okay.
Spark. Spark Flintstone. Ah, yes, Spark Flintstone. Steal those pogs back from Spark Flintstone, and the lightning strikes again. You won't find yourself akin to a cat stuck out in the rain. Oh, hey there, Jeej. Oh, that's a great haul. It got me that, and no, even got me the only kind of milk that matters. Strawberry.
No.
Yeah, so nestle in. It looks like the rain's coming pretty soon. And we can just relax in my humble abode. And what does Spark's humble abode look like? My only requirement is that it's got 90s stuff all over the wall. Like, the varsity flag, at least a couple of posters for, like, a Nicolas Cage movie.
He's got some Slayer... He's wearing a Slayer t-shirt. Sorry.
Big slippers. Big off-brand Pikachu slippers.
His talisman is like a dog wearing sunglasses.
Cool Toby Palisman.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't want it to just be an exact, copy of the Owl House, but themed differently. So I'm thinking he just lives in, an apartment. It's like, from the outside, it's just like a normal Boiling Isles apartment building. But, on the inside, it's got all that 90s stuff. I imagine he's not very good at cleaning up, so I probably have to step over a lot of stuff that's just, been left out on the floor.
His Mountain Dew.
Oh, yeah. So that's the house you're in. And he's already drinking the strawberry milk straight from the carton. Straight from the jug.
Yes, great. So I wasn't sure exactly what you meant by pogs, but I did get, is this right? And I show him, the cards, the bottle caps, and the pogs that I just stole.
His eyes, which are kind of tired and glazed over, looks at all three of them and says, "Yeah, tiny little flat guys. Oh man, geez, you're the best." And he happily takes all three. He did not know what pogs are. He thinks all of them are pogs.
I bet he just overheard Ida talking about pogs once.
Yeah, exactly. And then he heard Luz say poggers, and that's how that all happened.
That's the only tie-in to the main story.
Oh wow! So I actually was right. Okay, so great. What kind of a magic can they do? I'm here to learn.
Right, magic. Well, let's see. This one, and he pulls up one that is this little, green jar with, a evil smiling face on it. This one, and he peers into the text, says, lets you draw 2 more cards.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, but is that a pog? So does that mean 2 more pogs? I mean, I know what cards are. It looks like a card, but
yeah, it says cards on here. Maybe they'll talk about pog cards.
Do you want me to play Hex's Hold'em?
Yeah, you know what? That's a great idea. And he immediately detours to a train of thought of he just wants to play Hex's Hold'em now. Outside, the drizzle is getting worse, and the Egg Gang has taken you to Zenith and Bacon, and you are outside of this apartment. New
lore, by the way, I'll say, and the other characters don't know this as was established. Gigi does have a family that she lives with. She doesn't live with her mentor Spark Flintstone. She's just his apprentice.
Yeah.
But I think how they met is that they just live in a different apartment in the same building.
I adore it. I love it. Yeah, so you are outside of the apartment complex. And Sunnyside points to an apartment on, say, the 2nd floor and says, "Well, there's our man."
Oh, hey! Is that Gigi? Hi, Gigi. Can you see me?
If I do look out the window and see you guys, I'm going to be like, "Ah!" And then I just duck under the window so that you can't see me anymore.
Yeah, it was pretty unpoggers of you to run away like that. So I guess I'm not going to knock on the door because I don't really know what's going on at the moment.
Or wait, what's the situation right now? Are you outside the apartment, or...
Oh, wait, are we being forced to do this alone, or are they going to come with us inside the building to intimidate the man?
The Egg Gang will stay outside if you go upstairs.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
And remember, no stone if we don't get our pogs.
What will I do for a glowstone?
What would you do for a Klondike bar?
Well, Gigi already betrayed me by running away when I gave her space. So maybe I should try and get the poggers, but it's still not a good friend thing to do. I have no idea what I'm going to do right now. I'm torn. Bacon is completely torn. And what about Zenith? What does Zenith think about all of this?
I'm just along for the ride.
Do you have an opinion on the pog gate?
Well, I turn to Bacon and I say, I think they're gonna fucking kill us if we don't do that. So I think we should just do it.
Oh, okay. Gigi will understand. So we go up to Gigi's house. No, not Gigi's house. We go up to the 90s guy's house and knock on the door.
Gigi! You get that for me, bud?
Is it okay if I don't? I think I know who it is. I don't want them to come in here.
Why, if you knew him, wouldn't that make, like, more sense for you to... Because do I know him?
I knock on the door again. Hi, Gigi!
I don't open the door, but I, speak across anyway. Hey, Bacon, what do you want?
We just want to talk. Is that okay?
You have to yell so loud,
I'm not sure if you're talking to me or Bacon.
Yeah, we can talk. What do you want to talk about?
Okay, great. So, you know those poggers from the store? I was wondering if I could borrow them for a little bit and give them back to you. Would you be okay with that? Can I roll persuasion on that?
If you want to, you two can do a competitive roll for persuasion. Otherwise, you can discuss as players whether or not Gigi is persuaded.
I don't think Gigi's going to be persuaded by that. So, what is your response?
My response is to go over to Spark and whisper, about those pogs. I kind of couldn't afford them, so I stole them from the import store.
A 5-finger discount! You're learning, Cheech. Knew I'd corrupt you, because patrons have a patron corruption move.
Yeah,
That's the joke.
So stealing is something wild witches do.
Oh man, is it ever?
I'll remember that. But I think my friends and also those other people from the store who were with them, for some reason, probably want me to return them.
Oh man, returning is the one thing you don't do, because then, you can get caught again, you know what I mean there, kiddo?
Right, that's exactly what I was thinking.
So, what if we didn't, and we said we did?
Oh, that's a good idea. Okay. Hold on. Maybe hide those. Put them under the couch or something.
Yeah, he sticks them under the cushions.
Okay, now I'll open the door and I say, oh, yeah, you guys could come in. I actually don't have those anymore.
Can I roll perception?
Let's do a competitive 2d6. Whoever gets higher, we'll see whether or not you can perceive it.
Okay, so I got a flat 11.
Oh, wow. I got 3.
Yeah, Spark is currently stuffing them under the couch as, Gigi is saying they're not here anymore.
Hey, look, the poggers!
What? No, they're not here. I returned them. I went back and returned them to the store.
Oh, they kind of look like tat, actually. I don't know who would want to collect these, but,
They don't even have anime on them, though. I mean...
Yeah,
Dragon Claw's everywhere. It's not like that's special merch.
Hey, shut up about Dragon Claw Z. That's a great show.
Oh, you guys want to watch some Dragon Claw Z? I'm sure I got the box set here somewhere. And he starts ruffling through his VHS and DVD collection.
Yeah, and Bacon immediately forgets the situation.
Okay, so wait, so are the egg squad here, or are they outside?
They're outside.
Right?
They're outside, although the rain is getting worse, so...
Well, that's just a problem for them.
They melt to death. Okay, so Bacon remembers the image of the glowstone melting in the rain as the rain starts to patter against the windowsill. I kind of need those poggers quickly, though. Please, I'll give them back to you, in a little bit.
I look over at Spark. They're his now. What does he want to do with them?
So, you guys interested in the second season or the third season? Now, I controversially think that the 5th season is the best, if you ask me. That arc goes places, man. But, I know most people like one of the first 3, so, what are we all thinking?
Sorry, buddy, but I really need my glowstone. So, if you could just give me the poggers, I'll be on my way, and I'll get the glowstone, and I'll come back and watch Dragon Book, because that sounds amazing! Please, can I have the poggers?
Alright. And he shrugs his shoulders and goes back.
Yay! And then I take the poggers from under the sofa.
Yeah, okay, if he says so. Maybe, it was just we already learned the clue from them. But, we need to just study Hex's Hold'em. That's how I'll study to become a wild witch.
I take the poggers, I run downstairs, and I go, hey, I got your poggers, but...
Hi, you certainly took your time there, friend. Respect the calm demeanor with which you approach yourself.
Yay! Okay, can I have my stone now, please?
Well, first, let's hand the merchandise over In fact, it is raining quite a bit. Why don't we step inside and we'll just go over the collection to make sure that everything is kosher.
That makes sense. Come on in.
Yeah, so you see these 3 egg people walk in to the apartment. Spark does not seem bothered.
Oh, hey.
Why, this is such a lovely place you've got here.
Thanks. It's not mine.
Yes, sorry about earlier. Turns out we don't actually need those anymore.
You stole them and you don't need them? Why did you steal them?
Oh no, we did need them. It's just that, I learned all they had to teach me.
Scramble looks upset and confused. So you settle in for a night of Dragon Clawsy while the egg gang stays in the back and counts the pogs. And I want Bacon to take a GM intrusion.
A GM intrusion. Okay.
As the night goes on and you're watching Dragon Clawsy and the main villain fires is like, "Where's my Dragon Claw?" Off of that very dramatic thing, you hear Scramble say, Where's Rembrandt? Still isn't here. Where's Rembrandt? Where's Rembrandt? I need Rembrandt." And you feel a hand on your shoulder as the lightning strikes again, and Sunny says, "So, friend, it seems you're missing the most important pog."
Well, we didn't take that one, so I don't know what to say.
I think what you should be saying is, "Mr. Sunny, I said I would get you the pogs we needed, and I don't have the pogs you need, and therefore," and he looks out at the coursing rain, "I will get you the pogs that I need."
Well, if you can tell me where to get one, I'll buy one for you when I have my pocket money come in. But I do need that glowstone, sir, thank you. I'm getting kind of bored of this, so if you can give me my glowstone, I'll be on my way. But if not, I'm probably going to have to resort to drastic measures.
At that, Boyle stands up. "Drastic measures?"
Right, okay. Can I roll theft?
Yeah. You roll take action, so that will be fierce, and that is...
Okay then, so I'm going to put 1 AP to roll with advantage. So that's 5 on the dice, then that's +1 fierce, and +1 my additional stat.
So you take action, but a little too late, but not like too late. So you go, how do you try to grab the glowstone?
Well, I tried to grab it when he wasn't paying attention.
And you definitely do, but he notices at the last second as you reach for it, and he moves to the side, and as he does, the glowstone flies out of his pocket and falls on the ground, perfectly distant between the two of you. And he looks at the glowstone, and he looks at you.
Bacon jumps for the glowstone.
He jumps for it as well, as does Egg, as does Scramble.
Okay, so I have a signature item on my person. It's a glowy teardrop necklace with a smiley face. I claim it's magic, but nobody knows if this is true. Can I roll to have that magical item do a giant flash at the right moment?
Yeah, I'm fine with that. So roll me take action again, because you're trying to go faster than the rest of them, but you'll roll with advantage, meaning you'll roll 3 dice and take the results of the top 2.
That would be 4 and 2 are my top 2 dice. Blimey, that's not great. So I've got 6 +1 for the thing. So I rolled 7, I think.
It is you and a pile of eggs all holding onto the glowstone together.
Oh.
Everyone else, you see as suddenly, like the dust cloud brawls that break out? Just one of those breaks out in the back of the apartment. Do you do anything, Zenith and Gigi?
This seems like a problem that wild magic might be able to solve.
Yeah, because we all know you're so good at using that.
I will be.
I want to point out that Spark is asleep. He fell asleep like 2 episodes in. You're on your own here.
Well, sounds like a stupid idea to say out loud, but I have a skill of fine motor movements and a playbook move of magical enhancement, which can improve a roll that I make. So, I could just use magic on myself to make me better at jumping in and grabbing it myself.
roll me keep your cool. And the reason for that is because you're using fine motor movement. So it sounds like instead of just jumping in, you're trying to magically enhance yourself and kind of find the best way to just get in, grab it, and get out.
Yes, to find the exact right moment.
Yeah, absolutely. So magical enhancement means that if you get a mixed success, it becomes a full success, failure becomes mixed success, so on and so forth.
Yes, and a full success becomes a failure. It loops back around.
So describe how you magically enhance yourself, how you go in, and then give me a roll.
Spark is not the greatest teacher, as you can imagine, but I've learned a little bit about wild magic in all this time. So despite being in the illusion track at school, I don't think this is an illusion spell. Maybe it's something that, like, slows down time, just, like, for me only, just for my perception, so I can, like, see,
Okay.
when there's a break in all the action.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
everything slows down. The rain outside sounds like slow, soft, sizzling butter on a pan that you might use to cook an egg. And in the slower moment, you go to grab the item.
That's a 5.
Because of the magic, you would struggle to keep your cool normally, but you keep your cool mostly. So you're able to go in and get it. However, you're like sloppy, loud, or slow. Your choice.
Loud. I'll go with loud.
Okay. So describe how using your magic, you loudly go in and grab that thing out of the group.
Okay, so, like, I had slowed down time. I was very focused on the snow globe. Like, I was so focused on grabbing it, I wasn't fully paying attention to my own body and what I'm doing. So I, like, slipped on some, something that was just left on the ground. Maybe it was the cards you mentioned earlier. And I just, like, fall over. And I just, like, maybe I grabbed the thing on the way, but I just, like, slide past everyone and bump into a cabinet on the other side.
I love it. The egg gang, still on top of each other, and Bacon all look at you and the stone in your hand. Zenith, what do you do?
I take a sip of the Surge soda that I took from Spark's fridge and scoff.
A Surge soda?
Yeah, Surge.
Wait, has he got the anime soda, do you reckon?
Hey, it's always a possibility.
Are we gonna ask him later?
Well, he's asleep right now. And there's a fight going on. I feel like the soda thing is gonna be put to the sidelines for a second.
Okay, well, so you just want to watch? Is this all you're doing for the entire game? You're just watching everyone else getting to... Okay, so since he's doing absolutely nothing as always, Bacon is going to jump up in the air and give this absolutely feral look to Gigi, as if Gigi doesn't throw the stone now, then Bacon is going to take it by force.
Yeah, if I understand the intention behind your look, then yes, I'll toss it over. I don't want to cause you any trouble.
So I have the skill of reckless action.
Yeah.
When Bacon grabs the stone, I want Bacon to do this kind of ridiculous stunt wherein he jumps out the window and grabs the ledge of the window, but it looks like he's jumped out of the building.
Isn't it raining?
It is a reckless action.
Roll me. Either keep your cool or take action. Either one works. So fierce or slick, and roll with advantage. So roll 3 dice and take the results of the top 2.
Okay, so my dice are 3, 4, and 4. So I want to combine the 2 4s into 8. So add the other things. I believe that's 10.
Full success.
Yeah.
Describe how you jump out and do this expertly.
Okay, so Bacon grabs the stone, looks around, sees the other two eyeing him very angrily and determined to chase him and get the stone off of him. Bacon sees the window, jumps out of it, smashing the window, but at the last second he grabs onto the ledge and hangs at the bottom of the ledge.
So let's go over what has happened in the past minute. Sunnyside walked up to you threatened. Bacon reaches for the stone. Stone falls on the ground. Bacon, Boyle, Sunnyside, and Scramble all jump onto the stone and grab it at the same time. Gigi slows down time, grabs the stone, slides off of some cards, bumps into the counter. At response to this, everyone goes to look at Gigi, and Zenith sips from Zenith's soda. After the sip, Bacon then tells Gigi, "Give me the stone." Gigi throws it. Bacon then runs out, smashes the window, jumps on the side, and Scramble is like, and Boyle is like, foolish. And Sunnyside, who had been previously composed, was like, that was my favorite glowstone. I need it back now. And he starts jumping and going to jump out the window. And they're like, boss, there is the wind. I don't care. And he jumps out after you, dragging Scramble alongside with him. And as they do, the winds pick both of them up, hurtling them far out into the distance, like Team Rocket from Pokemon. And Boyle just kind of she just looks at all of you, looks out the window, shrugs her shoulder, and leaves.
Oh, Titan. Are they gonna be okay? Where's Bacon?
And Bacon just crawls through the window, covered in broken glass, but completely fine and happy, because now he has a glowstone. He doesn't know how it works.
And that is the end of our session.
Yeah.
Oh, that was brilliant. Well done, Kyle. That was amazing.
Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you so much for going on this adventure of tea and pogs and eggs with me. All of your characters were delightful, and I enjoy how mean they were to each other. Not mean.
Yeah, we really kind of...
Just very, everyone was very disinterested in each other's problems.
I like antagonized you guys, sort of.
If you enjoyed today's adventure and want some more, I have 2 options for you. First, if you'd like to play out your own episode of The Owl House, or Gravity Falls, or Amphibia, or of a cartoon of your own imagination, I'd encourage you to check out Under the Neighborhood on itch.io or DriveThruRPG. Under the Neighborhood is the name of the game that we played today, and all you need to play is the rulebook, some 6-sided dice, some friends, and your own imagination. Again, the name of the game is Under the Neighborhood. However, if you would rather listen to more adventures, I'd encourage you to check out Quest Friends Hereafter. Quest Friends Hereafter is the podcast that I run, and it is the thing Under the Neighborhood was designed for. It is a fun, episodic / serial, kind of the fusion thing like the Owl House has, show that takes place in a world where the realms of the living and the dead are only a plane ride apart. You can find episodes of that at questfriendspodcast.com or by searching Quest Friends with an exclamation point on the podcatcher of your choice.
Right, okay then. So I hope you guys really enjoyed that episode. I think we should play more games, honestly. We did one before and then we never did one again. But that's it. So we'll see you when season 3 of The Owl House comes out.
And if any characters even remotely similar to the ones we created today appear in the next season, then I don't know, they have to pay us royalties or something.
Yeah.
Every time a single egg appears.
Yes, anytime there's any breakfast at all. I mean, there's only 4 episodes, so I don't know how much breakfast there could be. So.
Oh, and cats.
Yeah,
and cats.
Breakfast and cats.